Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jay Washington here for that hashtag show, man. This is a moment I've been waiting for to talk to these two men because they are bringing to life my childhood and the backstory behind it. I'm talking to the two showrunners, executive producers of Wu-Tang and American Saga on HULU, Mr. Alex Tse and the RZA himself. What's going on, fellas?
Peace. What up, yo?
Peace to the God. Peace to the God, man.
You're killing it. His whole background is killing it. His whole thing, he's killing it. All right.
Hey, man, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. I'm in the presence of greatness from the both of y'all. Alex, let me start with you. I got to ask, what is your background with the Wu? How did you, were you influenced by them growing up? Like, were they part of your childhood like they were for myself and many others?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this as brief as I can because we got limited time. But here,
yeah,
I've always been a hip hop fan. All right, and I'm from San Francisco, so I'm on the West, and Wu came a little bit later, and I looked at it. I said this in the pitch. I was suspicious. I'm like, are they Chinese? Are they making fun of Chinese people? You know what I mean? Like, and then when a couple friends like, no, listen to it. So the Mystery of Chess boxing blew my mind.
Yes.
And the biggest thing for me is as a hip hop fan and from elementary to high school, NWA changed my life, but they were so far removed from my experience, like, which was part of the fascinating thing. Like I never would feel like I could have a conversation with Ice Cube. But when I listened to Wu-Tang and I could hear the samples, like I know that movie. And then I could hear how they talked about comic books. Like, oh, they're not just name checking. Like they know that, like I felt like there was a common ground, a frame of reference. And if I ever met one of these guys, like that, we would actually have something to talk about. And so they affected my life in a much different way than any other hip hop group. And I'll just leave it at that because I know we don't have a lot of time to say.
And to the RZA, Bobby Digital himself, man, this season we are seeing the formation of the 36 Chambers. I have to ask you your thoughts on Ashton Sanders' amazing portrayal of you thus far.
Yeah, it's all in his eyes. You know what I mean? And I saw him play this character in Equalizer 2, where he was an artist doing graffiti and then struggling with either going to be a gangster, carry that gun. And when I saw that, I was like, this is the guy that could embody the conflict that I had as a young man. And he's doing an amazing job. And I can't wait for the audience to see episode 6 because he has a way of telling a lot of the story with his eyes. And in episode 6, we're going to go into his eyes and go into his mind and see the creative process of what a hip-hop producer does to formulate a song.
And speaking of the formula, I've watched the season and the formula of what Bobby does to put the crew together. How did the both of you guys sitting back, watching these gentlemen portray these roles of you, RZA, yourself, and your friends, and then Alex, the people you've grown up and loved, how do you two feel watching these men bring this to life?
Joy.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's really special too, because for some of them, it was their first big job. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think it almost kind of, and obviously Ashton was well established, and so is Shmeek, but to see some of, our other talent, it almost mirrors for them the journey of the real Wu-Tang Clan, right? Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Coming out of there, watching these young men kill it. I'm just trying to put this. There's a pride there, man. It's a real big pride of.
But that's what I can tell from the both of you all, that pride and that joy, like you said, RZA, that joy, and that's what the words I wanted to get out of you all. Because I know I got like a minute left. Let me wrap this up by asking you both, Alex. I'll start with you, then RZA, you can finish. What do you want people to take away from season 2? Because if they're already here, they rocked with season 1 from beginning to end, and now they're in here with season 2. What do you want them to take away from the second season?
Look what happens when you either put aside your differences or choose to work through your differences. Greatness is on the other side if you want to work through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I just say bong bong to that because that's one of the main things. And never stop allowing yourself to be inspired.
And I will definitely say you gentlemen inspired me by the work that I get to watch on screen. RZA, like I said, you're one of my favorite artists. So me talking to you right now is a moment in my life. So I'm inspired by the work you both have put in. Alex, I've checked up on you and I'm like, yo, he was a part of this and that. I'm like, so I'm inspired to you gentlemen. I thank you both. And again, make sure you guys are checking out Wu-Tang and American Saga on HULU right now. To the RZA and Alex Tse, thank you, brother, so much. Blessings.
Peace.